I'm good. Hi. Erev Tov, everyone. This week's Parsha, we have the famous discussion of Avram Avinu, Kaviochel with heaven regarding the fate of Sdom. Now, this idea is based on what went previously in Parshas Noach. The Ribono Shel Olam tells Noach, "Ki yoscha ro'isi lefonai tzadik bador hazeh." You're the righteous person. But God does not say, because you were righteous, we're going to try and salvage the generation. Rather, the Ribono Shel Olam tells him, "Hineni mashlisam es haaretz." I'm going to destroy everything. Noach, the Torah does not record for us what, if any, his response was. He builds the ark according to the instructions that he received. He gathers all the animals, he does everything, but we don't see any reaction, so to speak, to the basic issue, the destruction of humankind. He seems to be very passive about it. So that's one issue that I'm going to discuss in a minute. Second issue here is that when Avram Avinu says maybe there'll be 50, 45, 40, 30, 20, 10. So Rashi points out that he doesn't go less than 10. Because in the Dor HaMabul, there were 9. It was Noach and his 3 sons and the 4 wives. So that was 8. Meshuselach was a tzaddik. So that was 9. So less than 10 can't help. Because we already see that there were 9 and the whole world was destroyed anyway. So Avram Avinu doesn't ask for anything more than 10. However, in the tradition of the Jewish people, the existence of a tzaddik in a generation is of such a nature that it is of inestimable value. And that, so to speak, even one would be enough if we can do something with this one. And the proof of the matter is from Avram Avinu. The Navi Yeshayahu says, "Ki echad krosiv." I called him; he was the only one. And nevertheless, the world is not destroyed, but it is enhanced by the presence of Avram Avinu, who proves to be the salvation of civilization. So in Jewish tradition, we have that, for instance, that there are 36 righteous people. And if there are these 36 righteous people, the whole world can exist. Even though the world is 7.5 billion people, and a good proportion of them are not so righteous. Nevertheless, if there's 36 righteous people, that's enough. The Gemara takes it even lower than that. Where it says that Rabbi Yossi said, "Kol ha'olam kulo nizon b'shvil Chananya b'ni." The whole world is fed, exists only in the merit because my son Hanina is this great righteous person. And so the whole world is fed because of that, because of one person. So that is really the chidush. That's the new thing that Avraham Avinu teaches us. That in heaven, they view the world differently than we do. So we look at Zdom, for instance, and we are convinced, so we're convinced that Zdom is destroyed because of the fact that there were 3 million evil people in its society. But heaven saw it being destroyed because there weren't 10 good people. Because the 10 good people could somehow outweigh in the judgment of heaven the 3 million evil people. And that became a fundamental understanding and a tenet of faith of the Jewish people, that, so to speak, numbers don't count. It's quality that counts. Who is there that counts? And Moshe said it to the Jewish people, Lo mirubchem, chafetz b'chem Hashem. Ribono Shel Olam doesn't want you because you are many. Ki atem ha'ma'at mikol ha'amim. You're going to be the smallest of all people. So in a world that values size and numbers, the Jewish people are the exception. We're always the smallest. We make a lot of noise as though we were many. But the actuality of it is we're really insignificant. It's not even 1% of the world's population. So why should that count? So that's an important lesson that Avraham Avinu, so to speak, arrives at. So when he negotiates 50, 45, 40, 30, 20, 10, he's not really dealing in numbers. Because even if there's 50, what's the difference? There's 3 million Rishoyim, so there's 50 tzaddikim. You know, in our world of pluralities and majorities, you know, if it's 50.1% one way, that's a majority. It's enough. You got elected the heads of government, control the fates of nations. But in the reckoning that Avraham Avinu comes to, we realize that that is not how it's counted. It's not how it's counted at all. So the problem with Noach, so to speak, is that he saw it in terms of those numbers. He said, what's the use? We're only going to be 9. So there's, you know, nothing to argue with God about. But Avraham Avinu says we can argue for an infinitesimal number, even if there's only one. And that is a great insight into the Jewish mindset, how to view things. And that's true in communities also, and in societies, in all sorts of enterprises. The one person makes the great difference. And that's what the Gemara means when it says, Tzadi goes there, HaKadosh Baruch Hu Megayeh. The righteous person has a say. And the Ribono Shel Olam, so to speak, is aware of that say. And so to speak, he wants to hear what the righteous person has to say. And Moshe Rabbeinu learned that lesson too. Jewish people sinned at the Egel. Moshe doesn't let God go. They have to save them. And that really should be a source of strength for all of us as to how to view things. Be a good person, because that far outweighs the negativity in the world. To be a righteous person far outweighs all of the injustices of the world. It's hard for us to digest it and see it, but that is the reality of the world. And that's how we respond to it. And that's what makes us the descendants of Avraham, not merely the descendants of Noah, which is the rest of the world. Rabbi Chananya ben Akashia omer HaKadosh Baruch Hu l'zakos es Yisrael v'ficha chirbu lahem Torah mitzvos shene'emar Adonai chafetz aman tzidko yagdil Torah v'yadir.